Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into Tilt, formerly known as Empower, one of the most popular cash advance apps on the market right now. If you've ever found yourself in a tight spot between paychecks and need quick access to cash, this review is for you. We'll cover everything you need to know about how Tilt works, the fees involved, who qualifies, and whether it's actually worth downloading. So let's jump right in. Tilt is a cash advance app that gives you access to up to $400 instantly with no credit check, no interest, and no late fees. The company has served over 5 million customers and has extended more than $1 billion in advances. What makes Tilt interesting is that it looks at your real-time income and spending patterns rather than just relying on credit scores to determine eligibility. This means even if you have bad credit or no credit history, you could still qualify for an advance. The app was originally called Empower and rebranded to Tilt in August 2025 to reflect their broader mission of tilting the financial system in favor of everyday people. So how exactly does Tilt work? The process is actually pretty straightforward. First, you download the Tilt app from either the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. New users get a 14-day free trial to test out the service. Once you've downloaded the app, you'll need to link your primary checking account where your paycheck gets deposited. Tilt uses a service called Plaid to securely connect to your bank account. Now, this is where Tilt does its magic. The app will analyze your banking activity, looking at things like how often you get paid, how much money comes in, your spending habits, and any recurring bills you have. Based on this financial snapshot, Tilt determines whether you qualify for a cash advance and how much you're eligible to receive. Here's an important detail to keep in mind. Not everyone will qualify for the full $400 maximum. According to Tilt's own data from September 2025, the average first-time user gets approved for about $101, while returning customers average around $170. Your advance amount can increase over time as you build a positive payment history with the platform. About 75% of people who apply actually qualify for an instant cash advance, which is a pretty decent approval rate compared to traditional lending options. Let's talk about the amounts and delivery options. Tilt offers cash advances ranging from $10 on the low end all the way up to $400. Once you're approved, you have choices for how quickly you want to receive your money. If you're not in a rush, you can opt for standard delivery, which takes 1 business day through an ACH transfer directly to your checking account. And this option is completely free. There's also a second free option where the money goes onto a Tilt debit card, which typically arrives within 1 minute. Now, if you need the money immediately in your external bank account, Tilt offers instant delivery powered by Stripe, which gets your cash to you within 15 minutes to 1 hour. However, this convenience comes at a cost, which we'll discuss in the fee section. Now, let's break down the costs, because this is where things get interesting. Tilt has 2 main fees you need to be aware of. First is the monthly subscription fee of $8 per month. This gives you access to cash advances plus additional features like budgeting tools, credit score monitoring, and automatic savings features. New users get that 14-day free trial before the subscription kicks in. However, here's something most people don't know. You can actually access Tilt's cash advance service without paying the subscription fee at all. According to their terms and conditions, you just need to email them at help@tilt.com and request to have your subscription fee waived. This is a little-known workaround that could save you $96 per year if you only use the cash advance feature occasionally. The second fee is the optional instant delivery fee. If you want your money in 15 minutes to an hour instead of waiting 1 business day, you'll pay between $1 and $8 depending on the size of your advance. For Maryland residents, there are state-mandated caps on these fees. Advances of $75 or less have a $5 fee cap, and advances over $75 cannot exceed a certain percentage. The instant delivery fee maxes out at $12 for larger advances, according to some sources, though Tilt's standard range is $1 to $8. This is higher than what some competitors charge. So if you can wait the 1 business day for free standard delivery, that's definitely the way to go. Here's what makes Tilt stand out from the competition. Unlike traditional payday loans or credit card cash advances, Tilt does not charge any interest whatsoever. There are also zero late fees. If you can't repay on time, Tilt won't penalize you with additional charges. They also don't report to credit bureaus, so even if you struggle to repay, it won't damage your credit score. Tilt operates on what they call a non-recourse basis, meaning you don't have an unconditional obligation to repay. While they obviously want you to pay back what you borrow, they won't send debt collectors after you or sue you if you can't. However, not repaying will damage your account standing and make you ineligible for future advances. One unique feature that sets Tilt apart is their overdraft fee refund policy. If Tilt's automatic withdrawal causes an overdraft fee on your bank account, they'll reimburse you for that fee. You just need to email their support team at help@tilt.com with proof of the overdraft charge. This is actually a rare benefit that most cash advance apps don't offer. Additionally, if you realize you won't have enough money in your account on the scheduled repayment date, you can request to extend your payment due date. You need to submit this request at least one business day before the original due date through the app or by contacting customer service. Just keep in mind that you won't be able to request another advance until you've paid back the current one. Let's talk about repayment because this is crucial to understand. When you take out a Tilt cash advance, the app automatically sets your repayment date to align with your next payday. Tilt forecasts when you'll receive your paycheck based on your banking history. On that date, they'll automatically withdraw the advance amount plus any instant delivery fees you opted for from your linked checking account. The withdrawal happens either through ACH or by charging the debit card connected to your Tilt profile. If you don't have sufficient funds, Tilt may withdraw smaller amounts over time until the balance is repaid, or they'll wait and withdraw the full amount when you have enough money in your account. This flexibility can help prevent overdrafts, but it also means the debt could linger longer than anticipated. Now, who actually qualifies for Tilt? The eligibility requirements are fairly relaxed compared to traditional lenders. You need to have a primary checking account where you receive consistent income. Tilt says you don't need a long history of bank transactions to qualify, but you do need to show some pattern of regular deposits. There's no minimum credit score requirement because Tilt doesn't pull your credit report at all. The app is not available to residents of Connecticut or the District of Columbia due to state regulations. Beyond that, Tilt looks at your individual financial situation holistically rather than relying on rigid qualification criteria. This makes it accessible to people who might not qualify for traditional loans, including those with bad credit, thin credit files, or non-traditional income sources. Let's discuss the additional features that come with your Tilt subscription. Beyond cash advances, you get access to credit score monitoring directly in the app. You can check your score anytime and get personalized tips for improving it. There's also an automatic savings feature called autosave, where you set a savings goal by week or pay period. And Tilt's AI will automatically move money aside based on what your budget allows. The app also includes spending tracking tools that help you understand where your money goes each month. For those looking to build credit, Tilt offers additional products like credit cards issued by WebBank that don't require a credit score or security deposit, and a line of credit provided by FinWise Bank that starts at $200 to $400 and can grow up to $1,000 with on-time payments. However, it's important to note that these credit products do charge interest, with rates as high as 35.99% if you don't pay your balance on time. Now, let's look at what real users are saying. Tilt has over 450,000 five-star reviews, which sounds impressive, but as with any financial product, experiences vary. Many users praise the app for being a lifesaver during financial emergencies. One user mentioned they were able to pay a bill on time thanks to Tilt, which helped protect their credit score from dropping further. Users appreciate the quick approval process and the fact that bad credit doesn't disqualify them. However, there are complaints too. Some first-time users were disappointed to only qualify for $10 after paying the $8 subscription fee, making the service feel expensive for such a small advance. Others have mentioned customer service issues and confusion during the transition from Empower to Tilt. There have also been complaints about payment processing errors and difficulties getting in touch with support. How does Tilt compare to competitors like Dave, Earnin, Bridget, and others? Tilt's maximum advance of $400 is competitive and higher than apps like Bridget, which typically cap at $250, though Dave offers up to $500. In terms of fees, Tilt's $8 monthly subscription is moderate. Earnin doesn't charge a subscription fee at all, but operates on an optional tip model. Dave charges around $1.99 to $2.99 per month, while Bridget charges between $8.99 and $14.99 depending on the plan. Tilt's instant delivery fees of $1 to $8 are on the higher end compared to most competitors. The overdraft refund feature and the ability to extend payment dates are definite advantages that Tilt has over many other apps. The approval rate of 75% is solid, and the fact that first-time customers can access the service for free during the 14-day trial is a nice touch. So is Tilt worth it? Here's my honest take. Tilt can be a useful tool if you're in a genuine emergency and need quick cash to avoid more expensive alternatives like overdraft fees, payday loans, or credit card cash advances. The no-interest, no-late fee structure is consumer-friendly, and the lack of credit checks makes it accessible to people who might not have other options. However, I wouldn't recommend using Tilt or any cash advance app regularly. Research shows that frequent use of these apps can create a cycle where you're constantly borrowing against your next paycheck, leaving you short again and needing another advance. This can become a difficult pattern to break. If you're going to use Tilt, here are my recommendations. First, try to avoid the instant delivery fee whenever possible. If you can wait one business day for your money, do it and save that $1 to $8 fee. Second, only borrow what you absolutely need and know you can repay. Just because you're approved for $400 doesn't mean you should take the full amount if you only need $50. Third, take advantage of the 14-day free trial to test the service before committing to the monthly subscription. And remember, you can email them to waive the subscription fee if you only plan to use it occasionally. Fourth, set up alerts and reminders for your repayment date so you're not caught off guard when Tilt withdraws the money. Finally, if you find yourself needing cash advances frequently, that's a sign you might need to take a deeper look at your budget and see if there are expenses you can cut or ways to increase your income. The bottom line is this: Tilt is a legitimate service with some genuinely helpful features, especially the overdraft refunds and payment flexibility. It's far better than predatory payday loans that charge triple-digit interest rates. However, it's not free money. You're essentially borrowing from your future self, and with the subscription fee and instant delivery fees, it can add up quickly if you're not careful. Use it as a last resort for genuine emergencies, not as a regular part of your financial strategy. If you do decide to try Tilt, go into it with your eyes open about the costs and with a plan to repay responsibly. Before we wrap up, let's touch on security because that's obviously a major concern when you're linking your bank account to any app. Tilt is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services are provided through NBKC Bank, which is a member FDIC institution. This means any money transferred into a Tilt account is insured by the FDIC up to $250,000. The app uses 256-bit SSL end-to-end encryption, which is the same level of security used by major banks. Tilt uses Plaid for bank connections, which is a trusted third-party service used by thousands of financial apps and major institutions. Your login credentials are never stored directly by Tilt. You can also enable multi-factor authentication for additional security. The company has been around since 2016 and is backed by several investment firms, so it's not some fly-by-night operation. So there you have it, a complete breakdown of Tilt Cash Advance. It's a tool that can help in a pinch, but like any financial product, it needs to be used wisely. The key is understanding exactly what you're getting, what it costs, and having a solid repayment plan before you take out that advance. If you've used Tilt before, drop a comment below and let me know about your experience. Was it helpful? Did you run into any issues? Your real-world feedback helps everyone make better decisions. And if you found this review helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more honest financial product reviews. I'll see you in the next video where we'll be comparing all the top cash advance apps side by side to help you choose the best option for your situation. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay smart with your money.